For more than 3 decades, Sandra Bullock has been one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood. She has led box office hits, won the industry's highest honors, and remained relevant across generations. Yet the most defining aspects of her life are not found on red carpets or movie screens. They exist in what she has chosen not to share. In an industry built on exposure, Sandra Bullock has deliberately built a life rooted in privacy, independence, and service, especially in the years she has lived without a romantic partner at her side.
To a lot more because they're bringing the human side. They're showing, I can fall down a set of stairs. I can say something stupid, as we've seen on this interview.
Choosing privacy in a world that demands access. Sandra Bullock has never been a celebrity who fed the public endless details about her personal life. Even at the height of her fame in the 1990s and 2000s, she kept clear boundaries between her work and her inner world. After a very public marriage and an equally public betrayal, Bullock made a decision that quietly reshaped her life. She stepped away from romantic visibility altogether. She did not announce a retreat from dating. She did not offer explanations. She simply reclaimed her privacy. For years now, Bullock has lived without a public partner, and she has shown no urgency to fill that space, either for herself or for public approval. That choice, especially for a woman in Hollywood, is both rare and powerful.
I think this is an extraordinary award, and I didn't realize that in Hollywood that all you have to do is say you show up and then you get it.
Life without a partner, by design, not absence. Bullock's single life has often been misinterpreted as loneliness or retreat. In reality, it reflects intentional independence. She has spoken candidly about learning to feel complete without romantic validation. Rather than defining fulfillment through partnership, she has built her life around stability, motherhood, and meaningful contribution. Her focus shifted inward, toward creating a safe, grounded environment for her children and herself. That meant fewer public appearances, fewer interviews, and an even stronger commitment to controlling her narrative. Being without a partner, in Bullock's case, is not about lack. It is about choice.
How would you prioritize your life now?
Well, it's my kids. Everything is about them being okay, being in school, having what they need, their moments. I need to be there for every single moment that they have.
Motherhood is the center of her world. Perhaps the most important element of Bullock's private life is her role as a mother. She adopted 2 children and has consistently described motherhood as the most transformative experience of her life. Unlike many celebrities, she has protected her children fiercely from public exposure, rarely sharing photos or details and avoiding publicity that would place them in the spotlight. Bullock's daily life revolves around normalcy, school routines, quiet time at home, and building a sense of emotional safety. Her parenting philosophy prioritizes presence over prestige. She once explained that the life she lives now is deliberately smaller, calmer, and more intentional than the one she could have pursued at the height of her fame.
I don't know many super chill, super cool moms. I don't, because we think we are, and then you just wake up and you're panicked all day long.
Stepping away from the spotlight. In recent years, Bullock has noticeably stepped back from acting, describing a need to pause and be present in her life. This decision wasn't driven by burnout alone, but by clarity. She has already achieved professional success. She no longer needs to chase it. Choosing rest over relevance is a radical act in Hollywood, especially for women. Bullock's willingness to step away without fear of being forgotten reflects a deep sense of self-worth untethered from constant visibility. Her identity no longer depends on being seen.
Then I took off at a run, and there was a flash, and I realized it was my face meeting with some hard object. There was a little blood and a few tears.
Quiet philanthropy, not performative charity. While Bullock avoids public attention in her personal life, she has consistently shown up when it comes to humanitarian work, often without cameras. She is one of Hollywood's most generous disaster relief donors, quietly contributing millions of dollars to communities affected by hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, and wildfires. Many of these donations were revealed only because the recipient organizations made them public. Bullock rarely attaches her name to campaigns or uses charity as branding. Her giving is intentional, immediate, and deeply personal.
When my house was broken into, I was in it. I was looking in the closet going, this doesn't end well.
Disaster relief as a personal commitment. Bullock's charitable work is especially focused on disaster response. She has donated to relief efforts following major global crises, including hurricanes in the United States, earthquakes abroad, and large-scale humanitarian emergencies. Her approach is consistent: give quickly, give generously, and don't make it about herself. She has expressed admiration for first responders and humanitarian organizations that act immediately rather than symbolically. Her philanthropy reflects respect for action over recognition. In many cases, Bullock donates the same amount repeatedly to the same organizations, a sign of long-term commitment rather than one-time gestures.
So here I was getting the crap kicked out of me at school. I'd come back with blood everywhere on the yellow blouse shirt and the green belt.
Supporting education and community stability. Beyond emergency relief, Bullock has also supported causes related to education, community rebuilding, and child welfare. She understands that recovery doesn't end when the headlines fade. Her charitable philosophy is rooted in sustainability, helping people rebuild lives, not just survive moments of crisis. This aligns closely with how she lives her own life, quietly, steadily, and with long-term thinking.
Now having another female in the household.
It's louder. It's so much louder because she's got a voice that carries. She's going to be a singer or a judge. I don't know what she's going to be. She's someone who commands a room with their voice.
Independence without bitterness. One of the most striking aspects of Bullock's life without a partner is the absence of resentment or public commentary. She has never positioned herself as anti-relationship or defined her independence as reactionary. Instead, she speaks about peace. She has described her life as full and grounded, emphasizing emotional safety and authenticity over romantic ideals. Her independence is not defensive, it is settled. That emotional maturity stands in contrast to a culture that often pressures women to explain or justify singlehood. Bullock doesn't explain, she lives.
What is the best sandwich? For just in general, like for me, what would I order?
To you, what is the best
BLT.
sandwich? The American Classic.
American Classic.
Redefining fulfillment on her own terms. Sandra Bullock represents a version of success rarely celebrated in Hollywood, fulfillment without spectacle. She has wealth without excess, fame without overexposure, influence without performance. Her life demonstrates that stepping away can be as powerful as stepping forward, that privacy can be a form of control, and that purpose does not require constant visibility. She has chosen depth over noise.
You have to do both. You have to do every single thing I say, or we will not make it. Understand?
Why her story matters now. In an era dominated by constant sharing and public validation, Bullock's life offers a counter-narrative. She reminds us that happiness does not have a single shape, and that independence, when chosen consciously, can be deeply fulfilling. Her life without a partner is not a story of loss. It is a story of alignment. Alignment with her values. Alignment with her children. Alignment with a quieter, more intentional life. And through her charity work, she has turned her platform into something enduring, not a spotlight, but a support system for others.
How did you become such a good actress?
Lying. I lie really. The thing that your parents tell you not to do, I did anyway, and I just do it really well.
Sandra Bullock may be best known for her roles on screen, but her greatest work happens off camera. In choosing privacy over performance, independence over expectation, and generosity over recognition, she has crafted a life defined not by headlines, but by meaning. And in doing so, she has shown that sometimes the strongest statement a public figure can make is living well, quietly, and on their own terms.